You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Young and the Restless soap opera fans. This is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we want to talk about Victor Newman's nasty attitude towards Sally Spectra and him doubling down on the hatred as her pregnancy turns high risk. I don't think this is going to work out well for Victor, but he just, can't see past his own stubbornness and his own sense of righteousness and knowing what's best for his kids. And this is all about to blow up when we want to talk about it this week because of recent remarks that Victor just made about Sally Spectra. All right, if you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless spoilers, casting news, updates, everything you need to know. So this week, after Nick punches the wall next to Cameron Kirsten's head, he chats with Victor and Nikki at Society, I think is where they're at. And Victor is admiring that Nick threw a right cross, but he didn't hit Cameron. He hit the wall and his knuckles were all bruised. And then talk turned to Victoria, and Nick was talking about that he doesn't like that Victoria is dating Nate, and he called Nate an opportunist. And then Victor decided to flip that around on Nick and said that Nick's dating an opportunist too, referring to Sally. Well, let's break this down real quick before we dig deeper into this. First of all, Nate is a cheater who betrayed his family. He cheated with Elena when she was with Devon, and then he cheated on Elena with Victoria. I fully expect him to cheat on Victoria with Audra. I definitely think that's where they're going with Nate. And then he betrayed his family during the Chancellor Winters merger stuff, and now he's plotting against Nick and Nikki. Of course, only he and Audra know that, but Nate is a real piece of work. I am so enjoying Sean Dominic. I love that they've made him a villain, but there's no denying that Nate is just a rogue. He's bad. Meanwhile, Sally did try to get Summer run out of town, but the way she did it, the way she went about it was almost benevolent plotting as sabotage goes, because Sally got Summer this great job at Marquette, and that worked out really well because now Jabot owns Marquette. So it worked out in the end, and it wasn't like she just ran her out of town on a rail. She just manufactured basically a tempting job offer. If you don't remember, she went and talked to Eric Forrester, who she knows from when she was over on Bold the Beautiful, and basically talked up Summer, and that's how Summer got the job opportunity. So as sabotage goes, it wasn't that bad. And she did have that one night thing with Adam, but that was also before she and Nick did the DTR thing. DTR, define the relationship. And then that was like them saying goodbye. So realistically, the worst thing that Sally has done, if you also watch Bold and the Beautiful, you'll recall that she was faking a serious/fatal illness to try and keep Wyatt Spencer with her. And, honestly, if he had stayed with her, it would have been better, because instead he wound up with a baby-stealing train wreck Flo Fulton that most fans despise on Bold and the Beautiful. So Sally really, she is not that bad by comparison, especially when you line her up by Nate. The only thing Nate really has going for him is a good family, and Sally doesn't have that, but that's not her fault. Victor, if you remember, tried to basically buy her baby. He said he would invest in a company if she would leave the kid in Genoa City with Adam. Just give away her baby, and he would set up a company for her wherever she wanted to. She told him no. Nick also, on multiple occasions, has offered to invest in Sally, to invest in her company startup, giving her a big pile of money. Adam has offered her a job. He has offered her money. She keeps saying no to all these offers. If she was a real opportunist like Nate, wouldn't she have said yes and started just grabbing that cash with both hands? She hasn't. And yeah, her family are carnies, but that's not her fault. You can't do anything about the family you are born into. And Victor shouldn't be crapping on her about that, because, he was dumped off in an orphanage, and he doesn't come from the best background either, but he remade himself into something better. In fact, he and Sally kind of have a lot in common that way, that they came from nothing and they have this backbone and this drive. So, but the bottom line still is that Victor Newman is severely aggravated that both Adam and Nick are wrapped up in her orbit, and things are going to get worse because Nick is getting closer to Sharon. And the question, Victor doesn't want Nick with Sharon either. Victor's never happy with anybody that his kids are with. I mean, let's be honest. So the opportunist comment is just one more insult, one more barb from the mustache aimed at Sally, but neither of his sons are listening. And right now, we're seeing that Sally, as she's advancing in her pregnancy, her baby bump's getting bigger, but she's also in a lot of pain. She's feeling really sick. This is turning into a high-risk pregnancy. She is at risk for preeclampsia, which usually means they have to deliver the baby early to save the baby's life or save the mother's life when the high blood pressure gets to the point that it could kill one or both of them. And as her health falters and the baby is at risk, we have to wonder, is Victor going to keep on making things worse on her? Is he going to keep snarking at her, keep snarking at Nick, keep snarking at Adam? Is he going to do this? And we're going to see Adam gets the chance to stand up for her and be there for her when Nick is not because of this Cameron Kirsten plot. But at the same time, we expect Victor to keep pushing at her and keep poking at both of his sons about her. And the bottom line is he could alienate them. And then what we are wondering is what effect the birth of this baby is going to have on this situation. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But if you haven't already, reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless spoilers, casting news, all the updates. All right. So Sally is a couple of months out from having this baby. I mean, I don't know if they've said how many weeks she is. I know that they just saw the gender like a month ago, and usually that's at like 20 weeks. So she should be at like 24, 25 weeks. So, and it's a soap opera, so they can have her have the baby tomorrow and just say, oh, full term. But once her baby daughter is born, her daughter with Adam, I do wonder if Victor Newman's attitude is going to change. Will he be so entranced with his new, hopefully redhead baby granddaughter? Will he finally get past this? Will he finally see that he and Sally have common ground and that they both care about family? I don't know. Right now, I just feel like he's piling on and it's unfair and it's unjust. But once Victor decides something, that's what he decides. So what do you think? Does Sally deserve what's coming at her from Victor? And do you think the birth of her baby daughter is going to change his mind? Is he going to soften up and just be a good granddaddy to Adam and Sally's baby?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.